I wrapped up my last episode camping with the Tibetan nomads out in the middle of nowhere. I got some amazing shots of the Milky Way, but I didn't get much sleep because there were wolves prowling around the pen and the dogs wouldn't stop barking all night. In this episode, I will dive into the Tibetan nomadic lifestyle and their life on the prairie. It's a world that most people outside don't really know much about. Most importantly, all the photos in this episode are posted with their permission. My ride on this day started from a remote campsite, accompanied by Tibetan nomads covering 111 kilometers, and it eventually led me to Chaya County in Tibet. They already got up to pick up the yak stone daily use for fuel and for heating. The Tibetan woman started milking all yaks from 6 in the morning, and it was very cold. After I got some water for my morning wash, I was invited into a tent for breakfast. This is a fresh yak milk. Don't try this if you're sensitive and may cause diarrhea. Not bad, to be honest. 这是啥？
这
糖，
接着，这是糖的吗？
这是糌粑。
糌粑。
After serving me breakfast with roasted Highland barley flour, the host started making his own. The child was still sleeping. The house had simple furnishings, not because they were poor, but because everything needed to be moved by yaks. This pasture was just for summer, and later they would move to a faraway winter pasture. Sunshine came out, and she was still working on milking all the yaks. I used a photo of this Tibetan woman as a thumbnail for my last episode. Honestly, it's not about her looks. Living in such tough highland environment, there's barely any chance for her to use cosmetics to improve her skin. What I really wanted to show is how her optimism and humility shines through, even in such harsh conditions. 9:30 in the morning, waiting my rain fly to be dried. And today is also a nice day. The hostess started from 6 or probably earlier, and right now, still working, trying to squeeze milk from those yaks, more than 30. She was very busy, quite a huge work for a lady, Still got a kid to take care of, and the host will also be busy. From 10, he will take all the yaks to the mountain top and to, the grasslands on the mountain top should be the best. We had a very nice talk yesterday evening about the culture here, policies here. Some of them were very interesting. Here the life can be really harsh without heating system, without internet, without a signal. Your connection with the modern society is basically cut off in a really pristine lifestyle. And also, if you noticed that his tent, the color is white rather than behind me on that side, it's black. Black means that it's totally, 100% pure nomadic people. But for white, it's only half because they got some other businesses like farming, and her being just one part of that. Low life here can be a challenge for most people living in modern society, but I don't think so. We cannot judge the happiness based on our own understanding or our own criteria. Some people may think that you get rich, then you are happy. Some people may think that you get a beautiful wife or girlfriend, then you are happy. Some people may think that you get a lot of promotions, then you will be happy. But for them, just very simple, together with nature, together with family members, and that's it, and that's all. Though I only stayed here for one night, I'm really touched because after this I'm back to modern society, back to with internet, with TikTok, with all those media stuff to kill my free time. One more thing I want to mention. The government supposed them to post their
video, daily life on Chinese TikTok, Douyin, so as to advertise their hometown. Like here, the government offers them some filming gears, like one fancy one, Canon EOS 90D. I think that's not cheap one. Also the tripod, microphone, and all sorts of things for free, That's really nice. And one more thing I want to mention is about the yak scare. Yak scare are sensitive to climate changes and all sorts of other unknown causes, so they can get sick. Then the government will provide vaccinations, probably veterinarians for free, just help them solve the problems. It seems like government is trying to assist them in herding, living in such a pristine way.
带你们沉浸式体验一下咱们这个牛奶分离器过程。然后这个呢是咱们没有脱脂完的牛奶，稍微偏黄一点啊。然后咱们这个呢是已经脱脂完的牛奶，是偏白的。然后这边出的呢是咱们经常用到的主食酥油。现在呢是一个很细的形状，但是等一下把它凝固了就可以把它捞出来，就变成咱们平常 吃的就是酥油。好了。
Her neighbor, another nomad, was carrying more yak dung, and for her, an unusual work, tamping the dung. Yak dung is really important here, as it's used for heating and cooking, and sometimes even for building stuff. As an onlooker for some time, I decided to do something for her.
对。
要给它弄圆是吧？
对。
这个厚度够了吧？
要薄一点更好。
Around 11:30 in the morning, the man packed up some barley flour and yak butter for lunch, and herded the yaks up to our mountains. Meanwhile, the woman kept busy with housework and taking care of their child.
Bye bye. Almost 12 o'clock in the morning.
They asked me to stay there for one more day. Would like to, but all good things must come to an end. So I got rubber pressed on the road again. Not much time left in the day, and just set my destination as Chaya County.
Just some kids underneath that moonlight, getting closer. Yeah, that was back when I could call you mine, holding hands, falling into the riptide, over and over.
just stopped here, planning to get my bike washed. Right here, this little creek. I'm trying to get my bike washed. Two Tibetan monks give me this beer. Public toilets for free, that's a good thing. Government invested a lot of money, construct a lot of toilets in almost every small cities or villages in China, all for free, that's good, but some of them are really in terrible situation. I've never seen such a dirty toilet. Well, on the other side, because of landslide or mountain torrents. I think those are here is just a full preparation for the next one. Just to look at the formation of this mountain, the cliff, towering cliff, some creeks grooved the mountain. Well, I stayed in a town for this evening. No one ride. Only finished the 100 because too tired yesterday because of the dogs barking. Tibetan people told me there was a wolf. We noticed that.
After checking into a hotel, I decided to explore the town a bit, then stumbled upon this cool library.
It's really cool, even such a small town, they got their own library. I just went inside and all kinds of books for free. Mineral waters also for free. You got all sorts of books for children, for adults, and different language, Tibetan, Chinese, English, literature, novels, lots of them. I'm in a room now. Today my riding distance is very short, about 100 kilometers. My stay was too poor, especially in this afternoon. One reason is that I didn't sleep quite well last night. There was a wolf wandering around the pasture and the dogs barked all night. In addition, I started too late this afternoon, about 1 o'clock in the afternoon. Before that, I basically helped the Tibetan lady do some housework. That's it. So, earlier sleep and prepare for tomorrow's ride.